Welcome student. Let us continue with the explanations of this first point. Okay. From this point, certain trends around the 6th century BCE made attempt to express a religious thought in a such a way that common man would understand it easily. It means at that time the culture was minded with the yajna system, in which many rituals, unwanted rituals, also imposed on the common people. So people started to dislike the rituals of the Vedic civilization. So it leads to develop the different thoughts. It leads to develop the different attitude towards the spiritual life. So when these things happen, that these yajna rituals becoming the source of income, it severely hurt the economic conditions of the common people. So the yajna system, which uh, may be one of the cause to leads to develop the other views or other religion of the after the Vedic civilization. Okay, so the bad things of the Vedic culture uh, leads to develop the other cultures also. Okay, here we will continue with this point, that is, many people realizes that every person is free to find the way of his own upliftment. Means the yajna system, in the yajna system, the mediators, Brahman, get and hold money in the name of rituals. That Brahmins impose many unwanted rituals on the common people. Today also we get an experience of this thing into the different temples. If you go to the different temples, there are gurus or many Brahmins on the bank of the river are seated and explain him the different things that which graha affects badly to you. So you have to go to perform a nagabali and some. If that Brahmins make a kundali, in kundali he write down there must be need of the shanti of Shani, shanti of Guru, shanti, different types of shanti. Okay, and at the time of a marriage, when if one side wanted to be a success, the marriage is to be come to an existence with the with the matching the kundali or guna, then then that side of the family offer a bribe to that kundali makers. Then kundali makers suddenly change the kundali and match the kundali with the grooms. Okay, and the marriages happen in the society, and it affects badly. Okay, because these kundalis are changes for rupees 50 and 100. Okay, so don't believe on that such kundalis, because pure kundali makers are very rare, very rare. They could not change any word in the kundali, but here he changes all gurus, make all shantis, or match the gunas with the bride and grooms. नवरा नवरीचे गुण मिळवून टाकतात. आणि संपूर्ण आयुष्याची वाढ लागते. त्यामुळे अशा कुंडलींवरती अजिबात विश्वास ठेवू नका. दिस इज माय पर्सनल रिक्वेस्ट, नॉट अ सजेशन, रिक्वेस्ट. ओके, because there are very rare who make a pure kundalies, and don't give you yourself. You must have changed your you can change your future on your own. These kundalis are just source of business, okay, making a money. If you wanted to be to generate a relations with the other family for marriage purpose, then you must go into that family, get the informations about that family from the other sources, not depend must not depend on you on these kundalis. They are changed in a 50 rupees. These grass were changed from one place to other place in just 100 rupees. So do not believe on such kundalis. If you wanted to make a such kundalis, then you must go at that Brahmin who are very pure in a character. At only that Brahmins. Okay. So you will get the pure kundali, because the business makers who make the business of this matching the bride and grooms, they suddenly changes grahas of that persons, and there is always one shanti in your kundali, your nagabali shanti or that shantis. Don't make that shantis. My personal request, don't go to the Nagabali and Shanti and all that things. This is the source of business, one kind of business. This is the one kind of business industry. Okay, and they never get a Shanti in your life. They always asking you have to make a Shanti of Graha, Guru Graha and all that things, and this blah blah blah. You must be believe in that person's kundali, or that person's we can say who has a good in a character, with this knowledge of Jyotisha, who studied the Jyotisha Shastra. Okay, there is a scientific way of understanding the Jyotisha, because it is a kundali. What is kundali? Kundali is a book of Jyotish, of Bhavishya. So you must go to that person who studied this Jyotish at the different universities. You must go to that person only who has a certified Jyotishacharya. Okay, not go to the ordinary people, ordinary Brahmins. They are whole bribed. So go to that Brahmins who studied this subject, making kundali. Go to that Brahmins or that persons who studied, who are Jyotishacharya. Okay. Many people realizes that every person is free to find ways of his own upliftment. Upliftment means making a progress in economically, spiritually in the life. Okay, this leads to establishment of a new religion, new thoughts, new principle, which that whole society likes. Okay, or he understand his views. So the peoples at the ancient times started to follow the thoughts of that person, such as Vardhaman Mahavir or Gautam Buddha. They express the values of the human life, the aims of the human life. So Bhagwan Vardhaman Mahavir emphasizes the thought of ahimsa in the life. If a person follows ahimsa in the life, because he will be uplifted, okay, spiritually. They emphasize, Bhagwan Vardhaman Mahavir emphasize on the ahimsa paramo dharma. This views was expressed in the whole life of Vardhaman Mahavir. Okay, he himself left the whole economic life or family, belongs to the rich family. He left his family and go to the jungle or aranya, and he get the knowledge. He get the knowledge where he find the truth of the life, that one must be and follow the path of ahimsa and follow the dhyana dharana, so he can get to the upliftment, spiritually upliftment. Okay, Gautam Buddha also expresses same thing in his thought. So look at this, what a great picture of Bhagwan Vardhaman Mahavir. It is my personal things that my child Krishna get birth on the day of the Vardhaman Mahavir Jayanti. He also follows and view of Vardhaman Mahavir in her life. Okay, she followed the views or thoughts of Vardhaman Mahavir in her life. He did not follow the rituals, but he followed the thought. Okay, because we also like to express these views. I also like to express these views that she had the birth time and birth day of Krishna is the same with the birth time and day of Bhagwan Mahavir. This is my personal view also. Okay. Next this is the Jainism. Jina means the winner. Jina means the winner. One must be win its the bad things which is in his body, which has in his body. One must follow the principle of non-violence. One must be the non-violence. So one must be take care of small creatures to the big animals. He must be he must be an good behavior with the animals and other persons. According to the Jain traditions, a person who reveals religious knowledge is known as a Tirthankar. There have been 24 thinkers, Tirthankars in all. Rishabdev is the first one, and Vardhaman Mahavir is the 24th Tirthankar in Jain religious tradition. Okay, this is the this Jain religion. My thought is my view on the Jain is this is the religion who purified the life of a person before birth and after death also. Okay, this is my personal view about the Jainism. We must accept the principle that Jain Dharma follows, because it does not relate with these principles are not for one person. It has a whole. These thoughts are to whole humanity. Okay, so one must follow the path of this Jainism in the behavior with the animals and other person. There must be a karuna in your view, in your attitude. There must be a daya while you look towards the other people. If you have a person with your same level, then you must have a karuna or a daya, or what we can say, the principle of ahimsa. We can say the principle of ahimsa towards that person, the other, and the other creatures also. So here is an explanation about the Vardhaman Mahavir, that is the 599 BCE to 527 BCE. This is from 599 to 527, means we now follow the calendar of Christianity. Bhagwan Yeshu gets birth at the period of the zero. We considered this Christian calendar, and the birth of the Vardhaman Mahavir, Bhagwan Mahavir, was before that calendar. So it comes from 599 to 527. Okay. So there was a Mahajanapada known as a Vraja. Vraja means in the Uttar Pradesh we have this place. In Bihar we have this place Vraja. It was the capital of Vaishali Ganarajya. In the ancient times, also we have a democratic life, a democratic principle we followed. So it was not for us that these are a new principle which we will get from the war of independence, like France and America. This principle we do not get from these war of independence. We have this principle from the ancient period. Okay. And we give these principles to the whole world, that the whole world follow the path of our culture. Okay? This type of richness we possess. Okay? Hindu culture possess. So because we are very tolerant to the different view at the same time. Okay? So here is the new view that Bhagwan Mahavir introduced in the society. The Bhagwan Mahavir was get birth in the Kundagram, a part of Vaishali Ganarajya. There is a great story about the Vaishali Ganarajya, because it has just a relation of fightings and good relations with the Magadha Samrajya, who is nearby this Vaishali Ganarajya. Okay. His father's name was Siddharth. He was a king, and mother's Trishala. So these mother and father was great in behavior. So because they gave birth such a person who led the society with the great values. Okay. Vardhaman Mahavir left his home
and all comfort for the attainment of the knowledge. So, student, the character of a good student is, at the ancient time we have an values of a good student also, that one must be left his house, okay, go to the guru's house, stay there, make a lend a service to that guru who follow the path, having a dhyana on the guru, on the teaching of the gurus. Then after that, upaniveshat means the sitting nearby gurus. After that only you will get the knowledge. Okay, today we are not coming in front of each other because of this corona incidents, but at the ancient period this is the principle which are followed. That is, one, if one wanted to be a knowledgeable person, he must left his home, go to the guru's house, lend a service to the gurus, and having the aim, look at or attainment or whole concentrations on the gurus. So guru will give him the whole knowledge which he possesses. This is the process, and after the completion of the education, one must give the guru dakshina to the guru. One must give the guru dakshina to the gurus. There is a one great story about the guru dakshina. Okay, I will later on I will told you about that stories. What happened? One person who wanted to give a guru dakshina to his gurus, he attacked on the Kubera, the caretaker of the money of the Bhagwan Indra. So he attacked on Kuber Devata to get the guru dakshina, to give the guru dakshina to his guru. I don't know the name of that person. Maybe I thought that he must be the buddy or someone else. Okay. So here we have Bhagwan Mahavir. We are studied the Bhagwan Mahavir, that he left his home and all comfort to attainment of the knowledge. One must follow this path. Only through this way one can get the knowledge, proper, pure, 100% knowledge. Okay, if you have a bike, the mobile, TV, and all the comforts, after that we cannot get the pure knowledge. If you wanted to get the knowledge, you must do a hard word and hard ways of attaining this knowledge. After that only you can attain the knowledge which guru gave you, teacher gave you. Okay. He attained the enlightenment after 12.5 years of the rigorous tapa. Tapa means the be a devoted disciple of the gurus and follow the path or a day routine to get the knowledge. Okay, you must be means here we have a principle of a tapa, means he is seated in a padmasana and close his eyes and thinking about the God. This is not a tapa. Tapa means one must follow the principles in his life to get the ultimate knowledge. Okay, it is called as a tapa. Here, if someone go to the guru and follow the principle of tapa, he has he had to wake up early in the morning at the Brahma Muhurta, means 3 at the time of the 3:30 to 4. This this period was up to awakening. So that period is called as a Brahma Muhurta. At that time, Brahma come on. There is a thought that at this time only that Brahma come on the ground, come on the earth. So at the time, if you have to wake up, you must be give a first service to the Gaumata after your bath, after taking bath, and after that you have to follow the education at the time of 6th, from the time of 6 in the morning to the at the night of the 10. So at whole total 12 hours you have to be follow the education which the Guru gives you, and it was totally up to the 12 years. Okay, so it is called as a rigorous tapa. This knowledge was a pure or a Kevala, pure knowledge. Therefore, he is known as a Kevali, because he gets the pure knowledge. He was called as a Jina. Jina means the conquering its own indriyas. So we have different sources of getting indriyas. So eye, mouth, nose, these are the ways of getting different. These are our indriyas that we are wanted to be satisfy these indriyas. So through the eyes we wanted to look the pictures on the mobiles. Through the mouth we wanted to eat the sweets. Through the nose we also wanted to smell the sugandha, what we call sugandha from the flower. So we wanted to satisfy our indriyas, and if we conquer these indriyas, so you are considered to be a Jina or a Jaina. Okay. Conqueror, because the joy derived from the physical comfort and discomfort felt due to understand these things. So student, we will continue with this point, that is the Jainism up to end of this lesson. So now we will just stop here, because we will started these different religious views of the India at that time. First religious views is the Jain. Okay, now we will stop here.